Yes, hello everyone, Ramon here, time for Isekai! Isekai! Yeah, nothing's recorded, no Konosuba yet, unfortunately, but of course, Season 3 has more or less already been announced, so it's awesome. And, yeah, so now we're gonna watch, what's his name? Arifureta Shokugyou Sekai Saikyou, which is, I just fun enough call it the Synergist here, right, because I'm lazy. So basically, I mean, blind reaction is the very premise, but it's Isekai, right? Otaku guy is been transported with him and a few other, I think his whole class, more or less, right? And each get one OP power each, except him then. He gets the laziest, he gets the weak transformation synergy power, and the rest get the classic, like, you know, Demon Lord, OP stuff, right? So he gets even more bullied and abused and so on, right? It's the underdog, basically, the underdog story, right? And you know, it reminds me a lot of Shield Hero, it's the premise-wise, like he's gonna get bullied and so on. People look down on him, and then eventually, though, it's pretty obvious. This is me, my guessing. I mean, blind, but I think it's pretty obvious, right? That his power is probably gonna be badass, right? His power is very likely gonna be actually be the best power as soon as he masters it, right? It's gonna be the weakest on level 1, but on level 100 is gonna be the best power. I think that seems to be pretty obvious, right? Right? Otherwise, I'll be very confused if he actually gets like a weaker power than the other ones. Yeah, his power is gonna be the best. Come on. But yeah, let's start watching it. I want to see him explaining his bad powers and so on. And it is a bunny chick, so look forward to that. Yeah. So 3, 2, 1, and go. Here we go. Okay, overlap, yeah. Wait after the opening and so on too. Okay, so then, yeah, some lightning bolts, someone is dying, and some girl in a prison. Yeah, okay. I guess in all of them are gonna get isekai'd, right, with the powers. Okay. Open right away? Start with the opening? Or a naked girl at least, okay, good. Okay, the opening is a naked female in the beginning, so that's a good anime opening. You know, it's gonna be a good time now. Yeah. Okay. Most animes hasn't done opening in the beginning. They have done, you know, some other stuff before the opening, yeah. Or even skip out the opening. Yeah. It's clearly, yeah. Bunny chick. And she has pantsu, she has white pantsu. It's like right away, it's the bunny chick we see your ass. Yeah, like good opening, very harem opening, yeah. It's definitely isekai harem, right? Okay, so the class gets transported, yeah, we see it in opening here. Yes, everyone gets transported, isekai away to a fantasy realm. Some kind of ogre, maybe? Okay, that looks like someone is on the top of his back there in the opening. Yeah, like the legs, right? More of the bunny chick. I can't wait for the bunny chick. More of the bunny chick, yeah. That's a kind of priestess class. Ah, no, swordswoman class. Yeah, back to the naked lady, I guess. It's a kind of gunblade, maybe? Let's say kind of a fantasy gunblade, yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's Funimation. Funimation is pretty nice to me. I don't know. Yeah, they even like retweeted one of my Robbie Hachi videos once. The OP had a lot of ecchi though. That was good in the opening. It was like full of ecchi. Especially when we see the bunny chick and we see her ass. The first thing we see is like, oh yeah, look at my panty. It's like, well, I like. He's in a cave now though. This is Rimmaru all over again. It's in like a crystal cave. Yeah. I thought it was gonna start with how his class gets transported, but I guess it's gonna come later. Oh, a bunny. A normal bunny, or is it the bunny chick in disguise? Not the same color though. Fluffy wolves? Okay, the bunny is... What happened? The bunny is like... The poor wolves. Yeah, the bunny is crazy! The bunny apparently is cray cray. Is the bunny the girl? No, it's a crazy bunny. What? What is this demonic bunny? Okay, demonic Kuma instead. No, the bunny runs away. Yeah, even worse. Yeah, the bunny is probably dead, right? Oh yeah, vintage just Itachi. Yeah. Okay, I like it. Every animal in this world are crazy. Yeah, it's like everyone is, every animal is super dangerous. But I mean, he has white hair and an eye patch right in the opening, so I guess the main character is kind of like change. Whoa! Whoa! Maybe they can heal that? Maybe that can be like repaired like in, what's calling it? Magical Asura, whatever they called it. She was like, was flipping limbs everywhere, and they were like just attaching them. Maybe he's playing a game right now? What? I don't know, it's still Isekai, right? Maybe you can heal the arm, yeah. It's like transmute. That's his Synergist power. It's like I make a little hole. It's released at 10 minutes ago, I think, right? Yeah, 10 minutes ago. In depending on where you're in the time frame, but yeah, I think it just got out. You can find it on, but I can find both on Funimation and on Wakanim and so on. Yeah, so you can find it as well. Holy crystal. They're very far into the story already. I mean, not story, but I mean, like, he already knows stuff, and today before, yeah, they already been Isekai, right? It's not really explaining how he got there and so on. It's a little confusing that they're already inside the game world, and he's already aware of stuff. Like, we as the viewer aren't following him learning stuff. Yeah, so he's the transmuter stuff, yeah. And he's getting bullied and kicked and so on. He's the underdog, right? The loser in the class, right? That he can't fight, yeah. But he can read stuff. But I mean, I think he's gonna obviously turn out to be the strongest guy eventually, right? Because he's gonna be the guy to, I don't know, get some secrets, right? So this is the class, I guess? You see kind of the classmates? Different powers. Okay, they were... Yeah, a guy in gold. It's a weird flashback though, I feel. Because they're kind of like going... Not really chronologically backwards. Yeah, they're kind of jumping a little here and there, yeah. Yeah, and I was like, useless synergiest hero! She's a nice priest lady, I guess. Priest classmate. Yeah, that guy, of course. And then it's like a badass. The big Oppa lady there, she's a sword, right? She's a badass sword lady, yeah. That might be too dark because it's a cave there. But if I make it lighter though, it's gonna be, you know, issues, yeah. But yeah, the background is very dark in the actual anime. Yeah, actually it's like dark in the anime, that's why it's so dark, right? I wonder if they can die. What? They got teleported? Some kind of trap? It's not a female character, you know, yeah. Okay, CG skeleton, oh no. And a behemoth maybe? That it might be the behemoth, right? Like the big... It looks like a FF behemoth, yeah. Fantasy behemoth. More or less. It's a trappo, yeah! kind of swords. Oh, yeah. Okay, so random general guys can save them. I'm not super how it yeah, it's like CG Behemoth. Not super into it. How it looks. Not super into it. It's gonna transmute the ground. I wish you could explain how his power works. This is probably how it's separated. Yeah, I'm not he gets separated right. Huh. How did he get alone here though? It's streaming on most pages like Funimation, Wakanim, Hulu, I think. It's not a casual show, but you can find it on most other places. I don't really get how he got. Maybe he just fall off the bridge when he was running there. Okay. Yeah, they kind of jump back and forth here. A little hard to follow. Honestly, it's hard to follow the episode 1 here, I feel. I wish they used to put down the flashback instead of like jumping like that back and forth between it. I don't really feel the necessity of that thing. Okay, someone tried to kill him, definitely. Yeah, okay, someone. Yeah, why is it coming in my face? Yeah, someone shot him there. Oh, yeah. Someone obviously tried to kill him. Which is kind of strange because he's the weakest guy anyway. But I guess the guy that was jealous, the girl liked him probably, right? Yeah. It's probably a love thing, not rare, yeah. Yeah, I don't think we get. I mean, obviously someone hates him and so on, but it's gonna go all like yeah. Yeah, because I mean, yeah, the priestess lady likes him, right? So it's obviously a love story thing. So that's how he fall down there and got all alone. Yeah. But it's very likely one of the male classmates. Ooh, days before. The order is really weird. It's really. Yeah, the story is everywhere. I think this is actually pretty poorly done, honestly. Like that's my honest impression. Like I think it would be way better if you just follow the same story, instead of like no, it's like day 1 here, right? And then it jumps here, and then it goes here, and then it jumps over here now. It's just kind of like, can we just get here instead? Just following a straight line instead. I think this is could be unnecessary. Doing this like day time skip thing instead of just having like yeah, synergist is following his life, right? Yeah, she's a priest. You can just heal me! Ah, he's like, girl, just heal me if you like me. Come on. I promise to protect you. But at least the girl likes him, so that's obviously why the guy shot him, right? Because he's like, yeah, I want that girl. Every damn anime, every damn anime is about someone wanting someone. You saw Sacred Beast and it's like, I want your girl, that's why I killed you. Yeah, every damn anime. Okay, so now it's gonna go crazy. Yeah. That's before, I guess, when they... I really wish we started being transformed, I don't know, into the world. And explaining his powers better. Perhaps. Yeah. And he's obviously getting his whole, his shield hero moment now when he's going cray. Yeah. Kaneki time. It is a Kaneki transformation, right? He gets, I saw the opening, it's right here in the opening, it's gonna be Kaneki. Is that you? Kaneki Nafumi, yeah. Then I killed him, yeah, so he can go cray now. His powers are gonna be amazing probably when he learns to use them, right? He's bullied now having the worst powers, but then what happened to the Kuma? Okay, so he can finally fight now? It's like transmuted bodies maybe? It's going crazy at least. Okay, so it's a hole there. I don't know, I actually expected something more spectacular and like I made a hole with my power. Like, can you do anything better with that power than making like holes? I don't know. I mean, it was smart, but I think it's like Gildar's term or something, right? Yeah, you touch them and be like, poof, and explode them. Separating them. Wait, if you eat monster... Okay, maybe you shouldn't eat monster meat. Or maybe you should! Maybe you should eat monster meat. See? You should eat monster meat. To get inside it, yeah. Here we go. That's how you get really strong. This probably turns him into getting the white hair, right? Eating the monster meat. Yes. It is Kaneki! It is Kaneki! You eat the monster meat and now you get stronger, yeah. Then you beef up, right? Yeah. Then you get all hulkish. It is Shokugyou, it is. You start eating stuff and then you get the powers. It's really strange that no one else has eaten monster meat in this world, though. Well, I guess it keeps drinking all the holy water too. Yeah. I guess there's a lot of holy water by eating monster meat. But it is Kaneki! It literally looks like Kaneki with red eyes and white hair. it's Shokugyou X Shield Hero. That's the anime. I look like a demon now. Yeah. Oh, here's some Isekai stuff. They have the levels. Maybe it's like really high level now. Oh my god, Iron stomach, yeah. It's like I have improved my skills here immensely. See, now he probably is Imba, right? I'm just waiting for him to be the absurdly most powerful guy, even though everyone else is like, oh my god, your power is crap. It's gonna be like, no, I can manipulate people's souls, something. Yeah, it's gonna be some absurd powers probably later on, right? Okay, so he ate the wolf. Okay, maybe his power is because he can transmute stuff. If he eats it, he gets their power. So he's like slime. So he's also like Rimuru, so he eats them, the blue magician stuff, and then he gets the powers. Oh, so I cook the meat. Okay, that's pretty good though. Okay, that's pretty funny. He's cooking the meat with his power. That was like good uses of my new power. I can eat better food now. How long is he in here though? Like it's been days or has it been an hour? I'll have to explain how long they're missing him and have they all, moved on with their life? Yeah, it's Minecraft now instead. Yeah. Well, I mean, so everything is dead or is like... Yeah, there's definitely no explanation. No, it's just doing a lot of like Minecraft stats. This is a black rock, it can do this thing. Yeah, no, it's just like explaining different materials here for us. Kinda like in Minecraft. Oh, he made a bullet and a gun. I guess he can transmute weaponry. I feel he's like a crafter ability cell more than being a transmuter. It's more like a crafter. I accused, Archimate a gun here with like a magical rock gun. And I can shoot electricity apparently with my gun. I don't know. It didn't look already amazing. He shot it in the head. It would probably die anyway without the lightning. Drink some holy water. Level 12 now. Woo! It's grinding. The true secret of Synergist, yo. The true secret of being the strongest in an Isekai. Just leveling a lot. He's just leveling up here. Yeah. But he really looks like he's a blue mage guy, honestly, right? Like Rimuru, he just learns their abilities. I don't know why it's called Synergist when he's like a typical blue mage. Synergist is buffs, right? So I don't know if I like the name too much. Oh, that poor bear. He's obviously gonna get killed here. Poor Kuma. Oh, it's quick stepping. Is he getting owned? the skeleton, I think, in particular, were very CG. Yeah, the skeletons were definitely the worst. And I was like, yeah, Kuma meat! He's just eating everything. He's just literally doing the Rimuru strategy, eating all his enemies. That's how he gets in a cave too. Is he so? This like Isekai. It's so similar. It's like Kaneki. He eats stuff. He's a shield hero. Everyone hates the kind of hero and so on, right? There's downhill. He's the worst hero. But then also is Rimuru. He's in a freaking cave with the crystals and eats stuff. So it feels very, very like a mix up. All the animes are pretty, that we've seen before, yeah. And kill all his classmates. Made of the cute girl spot. Yeah. And no one is coming to save him, it seems. Oh, back to the naked opening. I guess maybe he's gonna find this girl down there, right? And save this cute blonde girl. It's gonna be like best friend, lover, companion, and then the bunny girl. It's gonna be his, it's gonna be his dragon buddy. It really feels like I'm watching episode 1 of Slime. It's a guy stuck in a cave and he keeps eating everything. And then he meets this cute Sundra girl, or a Sundra dragon, yeah, that is like, oh yeah, this is my new dragon buddy. Yeah, she always, best girl. I have seen the bunny girl in the opening. She's probably best girl. You see her pants right away. You see her pantsuit, white pantsuit immediately with her. She's probably best. The other girl, I guess, is naked though in the opening. That's pretty good too. But yeah, the ending though. This is like the worst ending this season. I'm just saying, honestly, this ending is nothing. It's just 2 stars flying around. What is this ending? It's nothing. The song, but the animation is ending, something I can do in freaking Java or something. It's like you call 2 little balls bouncing around or something. Okay, I like randomize this and do it even better because you can have different bouncing every episode. Yeah, that's like an hour of code to write this stuff. It's simple. Just having two objects bounce around, yeah, in a little area. Okay, that was actually, I mean, that was the lamest ending this season. That was not an ending. I'm just being honest. That ending was like, that was nothing. It was just two stars flying around, and it wasn't like they were flying around, you know, fast or so. It was like, they was just like slowly kind of doing this thing. It looked like, I remember when I was in college, we did this bouncing ball thing. We have to code two balls that bounce around in the screen. We have to do that to correct, you know, gravity and so on, and you know, then they fly around and stuff like that. That's like, at that time, this is like 12, 13 years ago. At that time, that's like a day or two, right, of coding. If you don't know how to code, it's actually more of math, or it's more of a math test than a code test. But yeah, mathematically that's very easy to do it. The physics wise, it's very easy. You just heard law and so on. But anyway, yeah, like doing that stuff, I could do that stuff. And make it randomized too, so you can have a new stuff every episode. I can do that in probably an hour. I would say probably an hour, maximum a day at least. But if I have my stuff ready in my office, I can do it in, you know. Yeah. Let's talk about it. I am disappointed. Let's be honest, I'm disappointed. Yeah, like it's that was a very confusing first episode. And not like confusing is like, oh, I don't get what's happening. Not in that kind of, you know, I'm just like maximum confused. Not in that sense. More in the, maybe not confusing is the best word, but something where it's like more. No, I think confusing still sticks here, but it's like, how to say, unnecessary confusing. That more like that. Not that the episode is impossible to understand, but it feels like there is a lot of stuff here that is unnecessary confusing. Did it have to be this complicated? Something like that, where I feel that this could have been way more streamlined, and something people are gonna say, and I mean streamlined in the good sense of the word, not the streamlined as in, oh, the game is so easy and you can just play it. And I mean more like, why is it, you know, unnecessary complicated, right? Not a big fan of like, you see he's in the cave and then the flashback how he got into the cave, but they're going back and forth. So first we are here in timeline, right, and then they kind of jump here a bit, then they kind of jump back again, and then they jump back again, and then suddenly they jump here suddenly. It's like 9 days before, and then they jump here again. Yeah, and it's like it's here, and it's yeah, exactly. This felt like you were seeing, like, you know, day 9, day 11, day 9, day 1 suddenly, and then it's 11, and then 15. Yeah, it's like really weird. Why not just doing it from 1 to 15? That just made it very, and I think that's what I mean with really confusing, because it's like it's very unnecessary that you're doing that. It just makes you wonder why it's happening. You can still follow it. I mean, it's not impossible to understand what's happening. I just feel like I have to, you know, think about it more. That I don't want to think about it. Yeah, like why am I thinking so much about it? So that was obviously, in my opinion, just negative. I think it was very, very unnecessary doing that. It felt completely pointless. Especially, I think, when he was on the bridge, I think it was, and they were jumping back to him in the cave when he's like dying with one arm. And then I was thinking that, okay, so now that is over, someone shot him in the face, and okay, so that's how he, you know, he could fall down. Now we're back to him surviving. Okay, fine, I get it. Someone betrayed him, whatever. Let's go on with the current day. And then suddenly they still jump back to the bridge after that, like 2 minutes later, after he shot him in the face. It was the behemoth kind of falling down, not over him, but almost kind of over him, and that felt really necessary. That for me felt incredibly weird production-wise. Like, honestly, really, because it would be way better to have him shot in the face, right? And then it's like, oh, and then it's not show anything more, or in the face, and then it's like he was behind him, like, oh shit, and then, you know, yeah, instead of doing shot in the face, 3 minutes, behemoth, yeah, like that was really weird. That second, that last jump back and forth felt very necessary, because it was so short to the behemoth thing. The last behemoth scene was just like I don't know, 10 seconds, and then it's back again. So it's like very, very confusing as a flashback. Yeah, bad flashback. but I don't know. I have to say, of course, I'm a hopeful person. I hope that episode 2 is gonna be much better, right? Hopefully they stop this like jumping back and forth and just kind of do a storyline. So that was confusing. Another thing, and this is gonna sound very negative, but I'm always saying I'm an honest reviewer, right? I'm always an honest reviewer. I feel like I don't get why they didn't do the typical Isekai thing. I don't get why they didn't do he is there. We saw it in the opening. They get transported from their classroom into the next world, and I don't get why they didn't just show us that instead. Why not? I mean, in a way, I get they kind of want to have the betrayal and making him go crazy, but what is complicated here, I feel, from like an Isekai, like a game development, whatever you call it, perspective, it's kind of like instead of learning with the player, with the character, learning with him how the game world works. So we learn the game rules, the different jobs. He has a synergist job, right? The different abilities or leveling or XP or whatever that works. We're just kind of thrown in there. He's already in the cave, and he's like, "Oh, I'm level 5 now. Oh, and I ate a wolf. No, I'm level Kaneki." Yeah, it's like he kind of does that thing, and he doesn't really like explain to us. And what I didn't like that most was that he's in the cave, sees the holy water crystal thing, and that's holy water. And he is like, "Oh yeah, I know this thing. This is the legendary crystal of this thing." And I'm just like, "Okay, right? That feels weird to me. Usually we have the Isekai heroes. They get into the new world, and they don't know jack shit, right? They have to go around there and be like, "Oh, what is this thing?" You have to read the books, and then we as the viewer learn with them. Oh, okay, legendary crystal, interesting. And then we see the crystal. That's the legendary crystal they mentioned last episode. Then we know that, right? Oh, yeah, that's true. That's how that thing works. But now he already knows that. Doesn't explain it to us, the viewer. He doesn't even explain it to us why it creates it. Oh yeah, crystal. Yeah, like it doesn't even explain. It's very, very taken for granted. That also felt unnecessary, confusing, especially in the sense that he's getting bullied too, right? Yeah, so that's good. Yeah, I've only been for a few weeks, right? But we as the viewer doesn't really know that, right? We don't know how long it's been in the cave, doesn't know how long they've been there, and we understand he's being bullied. We see him being kicked and so on, so we get typical underdog story. I say it again, it feels similar to Shield here, right? In that sense, otherwise like Kaneki and also Rimaru, a lot of slime, but it's confusing that we're not seeing more of that. I would have preferred seeing more of the bullying. I love, like I want to see people getting, but I think that would have been good because it's kind of like, okay, so the girl that likes him, she's a priest, she's a nice priest. Obviously, I think the red guy, what his name is, obviously he wants her, right? Because he's a hot priest and he probably shot him in the face because he wants the girl, right? But really it's like, why, what are the other powers? Why is everyone hating him so much? Why did everyone else get the... We don't even know like what the other roles are. We know that she's a priest, but the rest we don't know. But apparently they're much more manly and, paladin or something, warrior, who knows, right? But like just having that better explained, you're spending like 2-3 minutes introducing the other characters just quickly, right? It's like, yeah, this guy is a warrior, he's a douchebag warrior. This guy is a rogue, douchebag rogue. Just doing that right quickly. Seeing him being bullied, he's like, oh, I can't fight this guy because I'm used to a synergist, and the mean Amazon lady punches me every day and she's much stronger than me, and like just getting something like that would have been much more reasonable, I feel, much more understandable on what's happening, right? And now we know nothing about the other characters. We just know that he is weak, I guess. And then he kind of eats the wolves and so on and gives like Kaneki powers for some reason. That made absolutely no sense, except that maybe his synergist power actually gives him, I don't know, being able to like transmute food and learning their powers, which also feels strange to me, honestly, because that means he's not a synergist, he's a blue magician, right? He's a blue mage. Synergist, of course, in if I fancy, synergist is a buffer and debuffer class, so you can like buff stuff and so on, or you can combine stuff, yeah. But the typical blue mage, like Rimaru, blue mage, right? The slime thing is you eat stuff, you learn their abilities. You consume them, right? Or the eagle eye skill and your heroes and so on. Yeah, so you learn your enemy's abilities. What's that called now in Breath of Fire? I think it's also constantly with eye, yeah, Hawkeye, something like that. Dragon eye, something like that. You copycat them, or like of course a Sharingan and so on. Yeah. So it's something like that, I guess. He actually consumes the wolves and the rabbit, and then he learns their abilities. That's the secret of his synergist skill, probably, right? So if he just eats his classmate, he gets the powers. Something like that. But he didn't seem to realize it. And he just kept leveling up. It was really not explained either, right? It was really not explained how it worked or how much XP he was gaining. And he kind of jumped in levels to... Yeah, the whole scene is kind of weird because he went from like 6 to 8 to 12 and he jumped over those levels in between. And I'm getting that they are trying to tell us that this is happening during several days or something, or a week or so, yeah. Like a week, something like that. But they're not explaining that this could have been for like a year, or it could be for 1 day. It doesn't really give us a time frame at all. And they're jumping again over levels. Because I'm thinking, right, when he gets out there, he's gonna get out there, go back to his priest girl, and she's like, oh, I thought you were dead, so I've been doing this guy for 3 years now. Or it's gonna be like, oh, you fell out yesterday. We were just doing a report. Yeah, so that doesn't really feel we understand either. I don't know. Yeah. That felt confusing and unnecessary weird. And see him studying, and it really didn't. Like someone betrayed him, shot him in the face, and it really didn't motivate that. It didn't motivate why someone hates him, except the typical "I want your girlfriend" kind of thing. But we only saw one guy smirking at "I want that girl," so I guess it's him, right? That should have been a lot more developed too. I feel why someone hates him or something like that. They could have. I think one scene that I think would add a lot is having the scene before they get transported to the Isekai world, it's the typical school world, and we're seeing maybe like him talking to this cute girl, right? And then the other guy's like, damn it, I want this girlfriend or something like that. Whatever, it'll be some kind of like altercation or something, some event before when they were living in a normal human life, right? I think that could have added a lot in why someone hates him or something like that. I think doesn't have to be overly explained, but it's like a little bit. Yeah, maybe in a flashback. Probably will happen eventually. But I felt like it was kind of strange now, or I think I would prefer it a lot if it started in the world, seeing them being transported, and then having a quick. It has to be like 10 minutes, quick few minutes of a quick, explanation of who they are. Oh, I'm the warrior lady, I'm the swordsman, yeah, I'm this thing, and then they use it very quickly, very quick, like you're showing the different abilities. They have the Isekai in the opening though, so we know it's an Isekai because they did show the transportation in the openings. We know it's happening. We know it's happening. We know it happened. So it's Isekai off screen, yeah. So I had one of those Rule 34 mangas, which is like gender bender mangas, which is like it's so much on Deku for some reason. But yeah, but it's like there's no gender bender transformation scene in the actual Rule 34 manga here in Doshini. But if you read it, you know that the characters are genderbender because you have seen the original. There is no genderbender happening, so it's still called genderbender. It's kind of like that here. It's like there is no Isekai happening, but you know it's Isekai because they have it over there off meta knowledge. Isekai, yeah, they told us that in the opening, so we know what's happening. But just picture that, right? The Isekai and quickly going over the different roles and why he's so weak and everyone hates him and so on. Doing that and then just actually going on an adventure. Not jump back and forth, just going on an adventure. Jump 10 days and then go on an adventure, yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna watch this episode and hope it's gonna be good, right? Yeah, probably. It feels like they want to jump into him turning into Kaneki. But it still felt cliche though. That's the weirdest thing too. Yes, the probably is more cliche if you follow the typical transporting in that thing, then it's probably even more typical Isekai cliche. But now instead it's very like typical, yeah, it feels like, shield hero / Shokugyou, right? Instead. So it still feels cliche anyway. They didn't manage to not make it feel cliche to me at least. This felt less Isekai cliche, but anime cliche in general. It's like Naruto as well as one hidden demon monster inside of you, Bleach. It felt like that a little bit, right? Turning in all the hair color and so on, yeah. It felt like I'm just still watching a typical like shonen anime instead of Isekai anime. This is very cliche. But yeah, it definitely reminds me of there's a lot of animes when they do more of an action-packed episode 1. But it's confusing. It's confusing. And I haven't even mentioned that, but the CG was like was ugly too, right? I think we all saw it too, yeah. The skeleton was ugly. They were really ugly. And the behemoth was also ugly. And I wish also would have said behemoth over him in a better way too. It was obviously a behemoth from Final Fantasy, but very typical behemoth. Yeah, but it didn't look as badass. It was very dark and black. Like I'm comparing it to like Final Fantasy, okay? Because they have the behemoth there in every game, right? And you have the behemoth in FF15, for example. It's quite similar. So also behemoth in FF13 when it's standing on two legs, pretty similar to this behemoth here at whatever that red castle is called when you're flying around, whatever. Yeah, no, it's Academia 500. Yeah, Academia year 500 is it. So you play that game, you reckon those two behemoths, compare them to behemoths, this behemoth to 500 year in FF13. Like they're similar, but in the F32, right, they're much more details. They have more on the arms, maybe the muskets are a little more, showing, right, a little more on this kind of like, how the arm bends. They might have the orange like a bit black, the kind of black with like red lines going a little bit, like maybe some blood's coming, just maybe the claws are different. This just looks very, very black, it's one color scheme, kind of ugly, kind of moving, kind of boring. It didn't feel very inspiring at all. And the skeleton were really ugly. They were, especially when she stabbed it. Because even the sword lady stabbed skeleton, right? That looked like one of those, really bad martial art moves. Someone is like, and they kind of like, oh no, I punched him, even if they kind of missed by like a freaking, like they missed by massive distance from the face. Because she kind of stabbed upwards. She kind of did this thing like, and the skeleton was like here skeleton, she's stabbing like here, and it's like the skeleton disappears. It's like, that's how it looked to me at least. Whatever. That's it of it. I'm gonna go watch Copcraft now instead, which sounds like the Dimension W. Yeah, but this was probably the most disappointing opening or disappointing I've seen this whole season. Everything has been pretty spot on. Villain yesterday, that was cool. Väldigt svenskt. That was cool. Fire Force, very short and expected, right? Versus Stone, very intriguing, very interesting. That was like really spot on. Everyone's claim is going to be good. All three were really good. The comedy anime season, like Arebaru, was really, really funny. I loved that anime. That was actually incredibly funny. Surprisingly funny. I thought it was going to be funny. It's like, wow, this is really funny. And for example, Second Beast, before this, that was really good. That was also really, I think Second Beast has been probably for me the most actually really good. I was like, it's probably pretty good. Like, it's actually really good in so far this, and so on. And Dumble, of course, freaking masterful anime. And tomorrow, Are You Lost? That was really fun in the last episode. Medical Senpai was good too, but Are You Lost coming tomorrow? That is freaking hilarious with the best girl. Just Berg really, yeah, killing stuff and eating Lucas and fish and so on. You Lost is coming tomorrow again. That was freaking hilarious. So far, I feel every anime has either been up to what I expected, or they have been better than I expected them to be. Except this anime. This is pretty much like, okay, this was just confusing. I have to say it, yeah. I mean, it was like Grand Bell at last Friday. And that, I would say that was a worst episode this episode, honestly. I would say Grand Bad, for example, was like a 6 out of 10. It was like pretty watchable, and there I had no expectation. I was like, yeah, okay, this is a new anime, no one is saying it's good, let's just watch it, that's pretty okay. Here, a lot of people are saying this is going to be the new Isekai season, right? It's going to be the best Isekai season. So you get in with some hopes, with some like, yeah, okay, the Isekai. And then you're like, this was kind of confusing. This is kind of like weird. Is that Kaneki? Is that like Kaneki? Yeah, you get in there and be like, well, I'm watching Tokyo in a cave. Oh, it's Rimuru. Yeah, but this gets okay at best, right? I don't know. I come in here and I feel like it's like it reminds me a lot of Rimuru as well, right? He's in a cave. He's eating like animals. He's getting their powers. He's appearing as a blue mate of Synergist. He's learning the abilities of the monsters, classic blue magician, and he turns into Kaneki when he eats them. So it also is like a very talking group because he eats flesh and he turns into a monster from that. So he left from that, and it's the general, bullied, the weakest hero, the shield hero that everyone else hates, except the one girl though. So it has all the different tropes, modern animes, but it's like a weirdly flashbacks to when you keep jumping back and forth as well. I don't know. I think if they had just done, I mean, this episode was exactly the same episode, but they had done the order right. So it's like no flashback yet back and forth. It's exact same episode, but rearranging the scenes in the order of the actual days, right? Chronological order, yeah. Correctly doing them in that order. The episode actually would have been a lot better. It's not alone. Just having him into the cave and then survive. I think that would have been better, yeah. More streamlined, easy to understand. I think so. Or at least just 2 flashbacks. Not this like flashback, current time, flashback, current time, flashback, current time. Not current time, but future time, yeah. Then sudden day, yeah. That was weird too, because they went from like current day, flashback, and instead of going back to current day, they actually jumped, I think, ahead of time there, like, day 3 alone instead. So that was the new current time, but didn't explain that, but I assumed it happened. So all of that was like very unnecessary. So I think just doing that would be better, right? Anyways, see you guys later today with I have to say that again. That's a great comment. Even Pero. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Tokyo Ghoul is it's unwatchable. Tokyo Ghoul is really, really unwatchable. But they were great season 1 though. The problem with Tokyo Ghoul actually from Studio Pero, which is funny too because Pero of course is a clown in French, right? And you have the clowns in Tokyo Ghoul, so it's really fun. They have the Peros. Tokyo Ghoul's problem, season 2 to 4, is more that so much is happening. 2 is a little weird, but 3 and 4 at least. So much is happening. They have like the weirdest, highest pacing ever in anime, where it's like, here's 50 characters in 1 episode, new characters. And then episode, and they're all dead. And it's like, you're like, what's happening? And it's like the fight scenes. And I mentioned when I watched Tokyo Ghoul last year, right? And then I was like, there is this scene in Tokyo Ghoul where 2 people are fighting, and none of them has ever been like announced or shown before, and they're fighting each other, and it's like, I watched that live reaction, right, and I was like, I don't know who to root for here. I have no idea who is bad or good in this fight. I love that too good. I'm like completely confused. I'm like, I don't know who is the good. Maybe they're both evil. I don't know, right? Because they haven't really explained to me who these characters are. And they're fighting, and then one guy dies. And I was like, I don't know if this is sad. I don't know if that was like a meaningful character, because he just appeared this episode and now he's dead. And it's like, and the guy that killed him, I've never seen him before either. So that's Tokyo Ghoul. But Tokyo Ghoul is like, at least it is from point A to B, right? This episode here, I would say in that sense was worse than a Tokyo Ghoul episode, because yeah, again, right, it went like this instead in time frame, instead of going like that, like a rocket in one direction at least. Another anime, of course, last season and the last that's similar is, of course, Katakuri Circus, which actually was really good in the end. It actually it was good in the beginning, it went down, and then it was good in the end. But that also had a pacing issue where it just went from like they're similar there. They're adapting like 50 chapter per episode, and it's just like amazingly high paced. So you get really like what's happening to all the characters. But this felt, and that's interesting though, in this episode here of Synergist here, because it is not even high paced, right? It is not confusing or perplexing because it's going so incredibly quickly. In anything, this episode is pretty slow. Yeah, if anything, this episode actually gave me not very much to go on. They could have skipped over him killing the bunny. They could have skipped over him killing the wolves almost. They could have done that much, much faster. They killed the next wolf with lightning and so on. A little interesting, but I mean, that actually wasn't that fast. And especially the bridge scene, the behemoth bridge scene, they jump back and forth between the bridge thing. But if you take it all together, they're on the bridge on several minutes, right? Him being shot in the face, that's the important thing there. And they probably spent like at least 5 minutes in that bridge scene all together. Like 1 minute there, 1 minute there, 2 minutes there, 1 minute there. They probably could have done it in probably 2 minutes, probably. So, yeah. They actually had very little happened. And I feel this episode probably could have been at least 5 minutes shorter and have the other 5 minutes explaining the game board instead, explaining the Isekai, right? Explaining how the hero power works, the XP and so on. Whatever. We have to see next week. Hopefully it's better. Hopefully Bunny Girl is awesome. Obviously she's really attractive at least. The opening had a lot of fan service at least. There might be some horror HG fan service the anime. The opening wasn't spoiled. He was gonna turn into Kaneki. That's true as well though. But yeah, very weird episode. As I said, my most disappointing anime this season, I think so far from episode 1. Yeah, it's like not the worst episode, but from like the hype versus what I actually got. Yeah, what I expected, what I got right. Yeah, whereas some other animes might have really low expectations, and they weren't, and they were kind of it's kind of true. So this is a bit more disappointing. But yeah, see you guys hopefully my Cope Craft live reaction coming up in maybe an hour or something with the break, and then watching Cope Craft, and of course tomorrow then watching Magical Senpai and Are You Lost, right? Which again, Are You Lost? That was incredibly funny actually. I was freaking out how funny that was. That was actually incredibly funny. I thought it was gonna be 7 out of 10, but that's like a 10 out of 10 comedy. That was actually hilarious. See you guys tomorrow also of course Black Clover, as every Tuesday is Black Clover, yeah.